In the stark shadows of a once thriving factory, a cacophony of metal clanging and sparks flying resonated through the dilapidated structure. What used to be a bustling hub of industrial activity had been reduced to crumbling ruin, overtaken by creeping vines and the whispers of forgotten dreams. This desolate place now served a darker purpose. It was the birthplace of a new breed of warrior. Within this labyrinth of rusted machinery and tattered remnants, Jake Long, a young dragon shapeshifter, had unknowingly become part of a twisted experiment orchestrated by the sinister Rose. In her relentless pursuit of power, she sought to unleash a hybrid creature upon the world, one that combined the might of dragons with something more malevolent. The result? A lizard-bat hybrid, a grotesque testament to Rose's ambition. But Jake was not merely a pawn in her game, he was in love with her, unable to resist the pull of their shared past and complicated desires. As Jake became aware of his transformation, he realized that beneath the layers of betrayal, he held the key to both their salvation and their doom. Together, he and Rose embarked on a tumultuous journey, driven by their shared feelings but hindered by mistrust. They soon found themselves on the defensive as G.I. Joe operatives descended upon the factory, intending to put an end to Rose's experiments. Jake Rose shouted, her voice breaking through the chaos, "We need to go now." With a surge of adrenaline, Jake's body awakened, brimming with strength that felt almost primordial. He felt the beast within him stirring, eager to break free. Together, they fought their way through the soldiers, but not without losing some ground. Jake's transformation into a dragon became their last resort, enhancing their escape as he unleashed fiery roars that sent G.I. Joe soldiers retreating. As they escaped in Rose's modified spaceship, the sound of chaos faded into the distance. Cruising along the stars, they couldn't shake the sense of fear and possibility. However, their reprieve was short-lived. A mechanical malfunction sent the spaceship spiraling towards Earth, crashing into a forest with a thunderous boom, leaving a gaping hole in the greenery. As the dust settled, they found themselves surrounded by remnants of a world that had long been forgotten. The shadows of the giant trees loomed over them, but the real threat was lurking nearby, the remnants of Cobra Commander's army, looking to reclaim the chaos that had erupted in their absence. Jake knew that they had to fight for their lives. "Stay behind me, Rose," he yelled. With inner strength and a dragon's wrath, Jake faced off against the relentless troops, slashing and roaring, his form shifting and twisting beautifully through the chaos. Cobra soldiers crumbled before him, each strike fueled by his desire to protect Rose and make things right. Jake Rose called, fear and admiration woven into her voice, "You're incredible." But the battlefield was changing. As he fought valiantly, shadows shifted again. Godzilla had awakened. Rising from the depths, the king of the monsters approached, eyes set on Jake. He felt both fear and awe. Here was a titan unlike any other. Suddenly, G.I. Joe allied with Godzilla, creating an unprecedented battlefield. They didn't expect an ally, the hybrid on the side of chaos. Yet, when Godzilla and Jake met, there was an understanding, a respect. Jake realized they were fighting against a common enemy. In the distance, Godzilla loomed, darker and more menacing than anyone had ever anticipated. As the legendary creature descended, Jake felt the electric pulse of power surge through him. It was not just his time to fight, it was his moment to shine. With a deep breath, he transformed fully, his dragon form larger and more radiant than ever, eclipsing even Godzilla's intimidating figure. With a mighty roar, he charged forward, ready to unleash everything he had. The ensuing clash was titanic, a battle of epic proportions as Jake grappled with Godzilla, channeling his unique strengths as both a dragon and a human. The battle raged on, their cries echoing across the landscape of war. In a final act of defiance, Jake summoned all of his energy, combining it with the raw power of his draconic form. He struck Godzilla down, the cosmic entity collapsing in on itself, leaving only debris and echoes of its defeat. As silence fell over the battlefield, Jake stood victorious, his heart pounding with adrenaline. He turned to Rose, who beamed with pride and awe, her love evident. For in that moment, against monumental odds, they had not only saved each other, they had forged a new path. "Together we can rebuild," Jake said, his voice filled with determination. As they stood side by side, the horizon painted in warm hues of dawn, they realized that even from the ruins of their past, they could rise, healed and stronger than before. With love as their guide and newfound courage, they prepared for their next adventure, hearts and spirits entwined, ready to face whatever came next in a world forever changed.